One of the unique scenes in the Soul movie, when Terry mistakenly took a soul that was not from Joe Gardner's body, even though it scares the wrong man. One message from Terry that can be taken is that if you don't want to die quickly, stay away from processed foods. A powerful message that many living people have always ignored. One of the scenes in the Boss Baby series, Back in the Crib. When Boss Baby and Tina asked Tabitha to get lice shampoo, which would be given to a duck that infects babies with fleas, this scene looks Tabitha just giving lice shampoo on Lumpy's head. Whereas in the previous scene, Lumpy rubs his body against a tree because of itching, which means the lice are all over his body, behind all his feathers. When Norman experimented with mixing Choco Balls into soda just because he was watching mothers cook, then how do Choco Balls taste mixed with soda? Of course it made Norman throw up, and made the pot fly. Did you notice one of the scenes in the Bad Guys movie? When everyone wears black glasses, but only Snake wears glasses with a different color, brown glasses. Maybe they did it on purpose because it was Snake's birthday, so that the appearance of the snake is made a little different from the others. Two different movie but have similar scenes. In The Rise of Gru, Bob, Stuart and Kevin, who are persuading Master Chow, are almost the same as the scene when Miriam, Priya, and Abby are persuading Mei Mei, in the movie The Turning Red. Which one do you like? Sam while trying to test her luck with Lucky Penny. Unexpectedly dirty dishes instantly clean. Lucky Penny is real. One of the scenes in Minions and More 1, when Gru chases away the minions and their pet aliens because the pet aliens shot the TV and damaged it. Gru's way of kicking minions out of the house is almost the same as the Grinch's way of getting rid of Max in the Grinch movie, because Max makes a lot of noise by beating the drums carelessly. When the wooden doll drinks root beer like a human, even though the wooden doll is alive, it's not quite convincing that Pinocchio has digestion. One of the horror scenes in the Cars on the Road series. In this scene you will see what a ghost car looks like. Car ghost chasing lightning, scary, especially when their form is laughing creepy and just like a green shadow. In the morning Randy laughed with satisfaction because he managed to prank lightning. One of the scenes in the Wendell and Wild movie, when young Cat eats an apple and from the apple comes a larva that makes her scream hysterically, of course. Cat shouted that the apple larva was like a monster that wanted to pounce. One of the scenes in the Baymax series, when Baymax will lower a cat from the top of the iron rack. Baymax said he would lower the cat safely, but in fact what Baymax did was not safe because it made all the iron shelves fall. Mia when she turned into a fairy, her hair was filled with cute hairpins. It was also the first time she met Aiko. Although their first meeting did not impress well. When a shark is worse than a snake, the proof is when the snake does not give him ice cream. The shark does not hesitate to swallow the snake. But the funny thing is that even though the shark is evil, the shark is also scared when the marmalade acts strangely. Whereas marmalade is just a tiny guinea pig. Somehow the minions' level of intelligence, it's incomprehensible. They can make a super advanced bike for Agnes, a bike that Agnes uses at high speed to chase criminals. But look at the other side of the minions, which shows how stupid the minions are. Just by building a tent they fail. Bob. How could he have the idea of pretending to be a Maneki Neko without getting caught? Bob's black fur looks a stark contrast between the brightly colored Japanese cat displays. Bob wasn't good enough at tricking Sam. One of the scenes in the Sea Beast movie, when Maisie cuts the rope that binds the red bluster. In fact, it was hard to believe. A little girl had enough strength to cut the huge rope that bound the monsters. And it's also hard to believe that the small hand and the small knife that Maisie was using could cut the rope so quickly. Carol when threatening Boss Baby. Carol just wants her children to grow up to be normal children. Carol holds Boss Baby like a real baby, but the funny thing is that Carol just dropped the Boss Baby, forgetting that after all Boss Baby is a baby who must be brought down carefully. One of the scenes in Minions and More one that should not be shown to children. That was when Harold poured poison in a cup of tea that he was about to give to his girlfriend. Even though the poison was thwarted by Norman. But it seems this scene is not appropriate enough for children to watch. Gru's behavior and Grinch's behavior in two different movies. Gru and Grinch are the same. They both prank the kids. Jiminy Cricket, who becomes Pinocchio's conscience, and starts his workday badly. Pinocchio goes to school and Jiminy is still sleeping. While Pinocchio is being instigated and tricked by Worthington and Gideon, Jiminy cannot do anything, because his little body is unable to save itself while locked in a glass jar. Expression when he obtained the secret code with difficulty, but it turned out that the secret code only consisted of a very easy series of numbers. Almost the same as Alicia's expression in the Lightyear movie when Buzz declares himself to step down as a space ranger. One of the scenes in the DC League of Super Pets movie, when Wonder Woman gives Superman and Krypto a ride on his transparent ship. Wonder Woman asks Superman and Krypto to fasten their seatbelts, when in reality Superman and Krypto and Wonder Woman are the same, not wearing seatbelts. Did you notice in the Baymax series? When Baymax's head leaks due to cat scratches and releases a lot of wind, Baymax has issued a band-aid to patch his leaky head. But in the next scene there is no visible band-aid stuck to Baymax's head. One of the scenes in the Hero of Centopia movie, when a unicorn storm who claims to be mighty but turns out to be lonely and cries hysterically like a child, so that his mighty body keeps getting smaller. From the beginning to the end of the movie there is no answer why crying makes the unicorn storm's body shrink. When Miss Crawley worked alone, her little body painstakingly changed the Illumination logo into a lily mountain. One of the scenes in the movie Wendell and Wild which shows how the two demons are skilled in the art of folding and cutting paper. The Japanese call it kirigami. Only in this movie you can see two demons don't always do bad things, they just want to build a dream fair. When Agnes becomes a hero and catches a jewels robber, her success was celebrated with a large portion of ice cream. While the Minions section is celebrating by taking all the jewels from the robbers, of course, because Agnes managed to chase the robbers with a sophisticated bicycle made by Minions. Did you notice in the Bad Guys movie? When a hotel clerk entered the toilet and the piranha was waiting there. Piranha came out of the toilet and took the hotel clerk's clothes for him to wear to disguise. If you notice, how is it possible that the clothes of a man with a tall body suddenly become small and fit for use by a small and short piranha? It's impossible. Carol when asking Tina to act normally like a baby and not talk like an adult, but when Tina acts like a baby and doesn't want to eat, Carol gave in and asked Tina to talk. Tina refuses to be fed baby food because she wants to eat spaghetti. Did you notice in the Lightyear movie? In almost all the scenes, it can be seen that Buzz never really enjoys his food. All scenes show how Buzz only eats a little and just leaves his food. Maybe because Buzz was too busy thinking about his mission. One of the scenes in the movie Wendell and Wild, when Raoul almost kills Siobhan because the brick he stepped on upstairs came loose and fell. Kat always feels that something bad will happen to those close to her, but in fact because of her specialness she can actually prevent something worse from happening to Siobhan. The difference between the movie DC League of Super Pets and Batman and Superman, Battle of the Super Sun. In the DC League of Super Pets movie, when the planet where Superman came from was destroyed, baby Superman leaves his planet accompanied by Krypto. But unlike what is seen in the movie Batman and Superman, Battle of the Super Sun, baby Superman leaves his planet alone, and is accompanied by a parasite. Melvin when insulting Damien as a cosplay loser because Damien came to Jonathan's school wearing a Robin costume. Melvin, who likes to bully, is instantly paralyzed with just a touch of 2 fingers from Damien. One of the positive scenes in the series The Boss Baby, Back in the Crib, which shows how Tim and Carol educate children that can be imitated. How smart is Tabitha when she wants to have a boomerang and she must first present the benefits of the boomerang in front of Tim and Carol before finally being allowed to have a boomerang. Johnny's face when he was surprised to see so many men responding to Miss Crawley in online dating accounts. Even though Miss Crawley's profile photo was just a photo taken carelessly by Johnny. The first time Jonathan pushed Melvin off with his superpower, Jonathan thought that he had superpower and would be immune from Melvin's punches, but in fact he wasn't. But when he saved Damien from the arrow, Jonathan was not injured, because the arrow was bent and unable to injure his body. Maybe when Melvin hit Jonathan, his powers weren't fully activated. Miss Crawley, when returning the car she borrowed, was damaged. The good news is that Miss Crawley returned the car with full gasoline. It's so inconclusive that the car is damaged that badly and the gas tank is still okay. 2 mural artworks from 2 young students in 2 different movies. Mural made by Miles in the movie Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse. Miles draws a mural on an underground tunnel wall. And the mural made by Raoul in the movie Wendell and Wild. Raoul drew a mural on a roof of a house when it snows. Which one do you like? Did you notice about this in the Bad Guys movie? When the piranha wants ice cream from the snake, and when the snake doesn't want to give the ice cream, the piranha becomes aggressive and attacks the snake. Even if you pay attention in the fridge, there is still one more ice cream. Why didn't the piranha take the other ice cream and instead asked for the snake's ice cream? Even though the piranhas also know the snake will not give it to him. Did you notice in the movie Sing 2? When Buster Moon and Ash visit Clay Calloway house, unseen Ash comes there with her guitar. All that was seen was that they were thrown because they were electrocuted by an electric fence. However, while staying at Clay Calloway's house, Ash is actually seen playing her guitar. Did you notice this in the movie Wendell and Wild? As well as being the only rock and roll student in school, Kat is also the only student who doesn't wear a tie. Kat instead wears an ethnic necklace. And make Kat's appearance look more fashionable than Siobhan, who has wealthy parents. One of the scenes that are not suitable for children in the soccer football movie. When Weird Al Yankovic deliberately kicked the ball and it hit Rob Stone's face until the man was in pain holding his blushing face. Do you know what the behavior is in common between Clay Calloway in the movie Sing 2 and Gru in the movie Despicable Me 2? 2 different movies and 2 different characters doing the same thing. Clay Calloway when annoyed with Buster Moon and sprayed water until Buster Moon was thrown. As well as Gru, who was annoyed and sprayed Jillian with water until the woman was thrown. Which character is your favorite? A warm pillow replaces the blanket made by Fuddle in the movie Mia and Me, the hero of Centopia. Why is it called Warm Pad? It turns out to be shaped like a ball and expands to cover the body so as not to get cold. It looks almost the same as in the Lightyear movie when the knuckle rope on the Space Ranger costume is pulled. The body is closed and will roll like a ball. Did you notice this in the movie Sing 2? When Buster Moon orders Mina to disguise herself as a cleaning service officer. If you pay attention to some of the cleaning service uniforms that are there, they are large in size. Then how is it possible for all of them to fit according to their respective body sizes? There didn't even seem to be a uniform there that fit the size of a small man like Buster Moon. Only in the movie Tad the Lost Explorer you can see a mummy from ancient times loves to take selfies and wants to get 1 million likes on his social media accounts. And the funny thing is that one mummy is afraid of other mummies. 3 animated movie with painting Mona Lisa. In the movie The Bad Guys, Shark manages to steal a Mona Lisa painting by posing as the Mona Lisa. In the movie The Rise of Gru, when Gru is in the Bank of Evil, he attempts to open a large safe and manages to retrieve a painting of Mona Lisa. It's different in the movie Tad the Lost Explorer. No one steals the Mona Lisa painting. But a mummy from ancient times 500 years old destroys the Mona Lisa painting by adding a smile and writing the word, happy, on the Mona Lisa painting. Did you notice in the movie The Rise of Gru? Master Chow was always kind and nice to Bob, and only Bob never got hit by Master Chow. Stuart and Kevin always get punished by Master Chow. Maybe because Bob is always nice in front of the Master Chow. Did you notice this in the Bad Guys movie? When the effect of the meteorite explosion was so powerful that it sent the hats of 2 policemen flying. But if you notice, the snake also wears a hat, but the snake's hat stays on his head and doesn't move. Could it be possible for Snake to use a button on his hat?